I went to New York the first week of April, and I'm gonna rank and give a short review of the 6 Broadway musicals I saw. Caveat, it was actually 5 musicals, 1 play, but I'll give a review for all. At the bottom of the list, and probably the only show I really didn't enjoy, was Limpico, which is such a bummer because I wanted to enjoy this show so much. Eden Espinosa is my first Elphaba. I love her. I still think she is a phenomenal talent, but this show, it just felt like it wasn't ready. And I did see a preview, but I also saw a preview of Cabaret, and that was ready. This is not ready. This needs like 2 more years of workshopping. And while I do think there are some problems with like the direction and the design aspects, I think the material itself is too unfocused for it to be a success. That's just my 2 cents. Now, I lost my playbill for this 5th one, but the next one is Doubt, a Parable at the Roundabout Theater. I actually really enjoyed this show. I got to see a great cast. I had very little negative comments about it. I think it's just lower on the list because the other 4 shows I saw were so amazing that this one was just a little bit underwhelming. But Doubt is a great show, especially if you like a play. It deals with very important subject matter. And 2, I think a lot of people don't know like the history behind Doubt. I studied Doubt in college. I went to theater school. So if you're gonna go see it, I recommend looking up like why John Patrick Shanley wrote the play. The next show on the list is Hadestown. This is actually my 2nd time seeing Hadestown. I saw it on Broadway with, I think, most of the original Broadway cast, minus Andre de Shields, but I absolutely love this show. I think I loved it even more the 2nd time. We actually saw one of the current Orpheus understudies, Brandon Cameron. He was phenomenal. I was like totally marveling at his talent and the fact that he is like a child. He's like 22 years old. Honestly, he's got a very bright career ahead of him, but also seeing Jojo and Issa, like a father-daughter combo in a Broadway show together, like especially this show, my heart was just soaring. Like, I absolutely loved it. I would recommend this to anybody who goes to New York, especially because I've heard rumor that it might not stay open for that much longer. So if you have the chance, go see Hadestown again. It was a blast. Next up, I also don't have my playbill, although it's technically not a playbill because this was an off-Broadway show, and that was Titanic. This show, you guys, is so funny. In a world where so much is just chaotic and stressful and anxiety-inducing nightmare, Titanic said, come this way, let us entertain you and make you laugh your ass off for like 2.5 hours. Actually, I think it was closer to 2 hours, but regardless, the show was so funny. We also saw an understudy for the role of Celine, which I was like, oh, bummer, because I'd heard so many good things about the previous Celine, but we saw a girl named, I believe it's Tess Miller, blew me away. Like, highlight of the show, honestly. Everyone in Titanic should be so proud. What a silly, fun time. If you are looking for something to like go be entertained, have a fun time, grab a drink, sit in the theater and enjoy, Titanic is definitely that girl. Okay, when it came to my top 2, I actually ranked these 2 particular shows very comparably, but I ranked one slightly higher for different reasons because I both think they're phenomenal standout productions, but one of them just like, hit me in the feels a little bit more. So number 2 on this ranking is Cabaret. When I tell you I was excited about Cabaret, that is putting it lightly. I was super excited to see a professional production. I'd only seen this done at like community colleges and whatnot. This was so great to see in a professional setting. It was theater in the round, which means there's audience on all sides of the theater. And that's fantastic. And I really feel like I didn't miss out on anything, which means the director did their job. Like, at no point was I like, oh, bummer, I can't see something. Like, I always felt like I was involved in the action. I wasn't sure how I was going to like Eddie Redmayne, but Eddie did the work. Let me tell you, his character work is absolutely phenomenal. Gail Rankin is a star in this show. I have very, 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 very few critiques. And again, I saw a preview. I think I saw like the 2nd or 3rd preview. So I'm not even going to share those critiques because I'm sure they're going to tighten them up by the time it goes live, opens on Broadway. You know what I mean? But this is a fantastic show. I will say, if you are going to go, you need to plan to get there early. We got there 90 minutes early and they let us in about 75 minutes before the show for a little pre-show fun. So immersive, such a blast. Well done to the team of Cabaret, and to your marketing team, fabulous job. I noticed that you changed the Google listing of the August Wilson to the Kit Kat Club, and that was very well done. I've never seen that done before. If you're hiring, just like let me know. And last but not least has to be Merrily We Roll Along. I am not surprised that I love this show. I think what was especially amazing about seeing this show was that I went to New York with my childhood best friend. And so this show is all about old friends. So it really just hit us in the feels in the best way possible. I am also a long-time Lindsay Mendez stan. I went to New York in 2014 just to see her as Elphaba in Wicked. I am a big fan of 35mm. That's how I discovered who she is. So now I'm obsessed with following her career, and this is such a great role for her. The entire cast is phenomenal. I had such a fun time here. I also love the direction of this. I found it very clear, the storytelling, and sometimes the storytelling isn't always clear. The fact that we're going backwards in time. But I do really love this show. I would recommend that you see it. It is set to close in July. So go see it if you can. Those are my top 6. There are definitely shows I wish I had more time to see, but the trip was a little bit on the short end. So who knows? Maybe I will head out again this year and see more shows. But let me know, what is your favorite show that you've seen from Broadway this season or off Broadway, New York in general? I am curious and I'm always looking for more recommendations.